This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
We're back.
Don't say it that way. That's kind of creepy.
Oh. That's not creepy.
Well, I figured I'd double down on the creepiness.
Well, happy Thirsty Thursday, everyone.
It's so nice to be back.
It's hard to know what day it is and what buttons to push.
I don't even know anymore. Where did summer go, by the way?
Oh, my gosh. That was like the flip of a switch.
We left for a few days. Now the weather sucks.
It totally does. The sunscreen has been put away. We're just ready for fall, apparently.
Welcome back.
But I know we really missed each other. We missed our rockaholics.
Dude, for real. Like, I think it was like Tuesday. I was like, I'm ready to go back to work. I don't know if it's now being a parent and having a crazy toddler that makes me want to get away from the house a little bit more, but I like you guys. But I was like, oh, I'm ready to go back to work.
Well, we're back. You know, we had a couple days off, but it's so good to be back in this room, and we've got a lot of things to cover this morning.
Hell yeah, we do.
It's been a few days, so let's start by informing our rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daly Migs Download.
A.K.A. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. And today's, maybe we should have waited until tomorrow so we didn't have to celebrate today.
Oh, no.
It's International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Now, if you need any help talking like a pirate, clearly no one in this room does. Over the time we were off, I did some like home improvement stuff, and thank you YouTube tutorials for helping me get through some of the stuff. Like I had no idea how to get like that stupid little ball on top. You know those doors that have that little ball that keeps the door shut?
Yes.
It's like on a spring. That ball flew in the air and just kind of like, I'm like, how do I put this thing back in? YouTube tutorials made it happen.
The best.
And apparently there are YouTube tutorials on how to talk like a pirate. Okay. Are you ready to learn via Captain Flintlock?
Of course.
Ahoy there, lads and ladies. My name is Captain Flintlock, and with Talk Like a Pirate Day just around the corner, I think it's time for me to teach ye, and you, and all the other scallywags a few different things about talking like a pirate.
Do we really want to know? Do we dare try?
We probably need to know.
All right, fine.
So, the word R. What does it mean? What do we use it for? Well, I'll tell you what. R can be used for a multitude of different purposes. When somebody says hi to you on the street, you say R. When you eat a particularly delicious muffin, you say R.
When you want this conversation to end, do you say R?
Yeah.
Do we keep going?
No.
Or yell R when you want it over?
R.
If you ever need to point to the color of something, you say R. And the people should know what they're talking about. And if they don't, then they're a bunch of scurvy landlubbers. And they're not worth your time anyway. And remember, when you were...
I don't know. Now I like torturing you guys. It's been 3 minutes and I'm enjoying torturing you guys already.
And remember, when you are saying R, don't say it like R.
Yeah,
don't
Danny.
say it like R. You need to...
That first one sounded kind of naughty, though.
R. 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 Don't say R.
All right, I'm good. I'm done.
Well, now we know.
But let's talk about maybe we should have waited until tomorrow to come to work because, man, to talk about the Mariners, the Yankees clinched a playoff spot with their 2-1 victory over the Mariners. The Mariners did not clinch a playoff spot. Went to 10 innings, man. They were up 2-1. Bottom of the 10th. We had runners on first and third, and you're thinking things are looking good. Maybe they're going to be able to get a win. This is going to be awesome. But then there was a costly base running mistake by Julio Rodriguez. Here's the crazy part. This is one of the craziest things. I don't think I've ever witnessed something like this before. So, Rosarena was at bat. He swung, struck out. But when he struck out, his bat flew out of his hand. So the bat went flying down the third baseline. So Julio Rodriguez jumped out of the way to avoid getting hit by the bat. But here's the thing. He jumped away from the third base. And he's supposed to stay on third base. So then the catcher threw it to the third baseman, tagged him out. Strangest double play I've ever seen. In fact, here are some of the announcers talking about what happened.
Runners lead, 2-2. Swing and a miss. And the ball is thrown to third, and they get J-Rod. Oh, what a happenstance. Rosarena strikes out, lets go of the bat. Rodriguez trying to get out of the way, straight too far off of third, and then the quick throw to Chisholm for the double play.
He got caught sleeping, and he forgot that he had to get back to the bag. Nice job by Wells, nice job by Jazz.
Oh, you can't make that up.
You can when you're a Mariners fan. That seems like that pretty much sums up the entire season. Like he dodged it, and then he kind of like walked away. He's like, I'm good. And he's like, oh, crap, I'm supposed to still be at third.
Not good.
Mariners and the Yankees, they're back at it again today at 1 p.m.
Alaska Airlines has completed its $1 billion acquisition of Hawaiian Airlines, along with assuming $900 million in Hawaiian's debt. So they're going to keep that branding for Hawaiian Airlines and keep some of those key service routes to Hawaii.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
$900 million.
This weekend, you got the Seahawks taking on the Miami Dolphins. I think my wife and I are going to try and go to the game.
Look at you guys.
I know. She said, hey, the weather's not going to be too bad. And I'm like, let's make it happen. I'm like, well, we'll wait till the last minute. You'll get some cheap tickets. I already went online. These tickets are staying up there in price because, well, your Seattle Seahawks are playing pretty well right now.
Yeah.
And that's when tickets seem to be doing pretty well for the ticket sellers. But it looks like the Seahawks they will be taking on the Miami Dolphins without Tua Tagovailoa. That concussion problems with him, it just sucks. He had his third concussion in 2 years. This one happened against the Bills. I'm sure a lot of people have seen the video of that. I mean, it's just hard to watch the post-concussion moment that happens with him. And it's not the first time that this happened. Some coaches are even saying he should just retire. That's just a tough go. But Skylar Thompson will be starting for them. So that's what's going on this weekend with the Seattle Seahawks. The Sounders tied last night?
Yeah. Unfortunately. Tied in the last, 5 minutes. And it was like, come on, guys. What are we doing?
Arr. Tonight you got Thursday Night Football. It's on Amazon Prime or Amazon. New York Jets are taking on the New England Patriots. As far as weather, 67 degrees and cloudy. The DMD is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. And that's what's up. Arr.
Have you ever hated something that your kid is into?
Talking like a pirate.
For me, it was Blippi. One member of the show is dealing with that in their household as their kid is into something that one of the parents has a deep fear of. What is it? We're going to tell you at 6:20.
The Daily Migs Show. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
Our kids are just endless sources of entertainment, usually making us laugh. But yesterday, your daughter Tatum apparently did something that freaked your wife out.
Yeah, I went to the gym. I came back, and Tatum had this look of just like, okay, we're in the middle of a mission, Dad, and I need your help. Like when I walk through the door and she grabs my hand, I'm like, okay, what's about to happen? She's like, Dad, I need you to save a spider. And she's smiling big, and she has a stuffed spider. So I thought for sure that this was going to be one of those situations where it was like just one of her quote unquote stuffies, and she was going to take me up, and there's this big ass spider, and it's like, oh, you got me. And I'm like, a real one or like a fake one? She's like, a real one. And I'm like, all right, how's Mom doing? And she's like, Mom doesn't want anything to do with this.
Mom's standing on the counter.
Right, she's like, Mom wants to kill it. I want to save it. I'm like, I bet Mom wants to kill it. She wants me to kill it. So this is like I used to come back from the gym before we had a kid, and if there was a spider, Sid would also be doing the same thing, grab me by the hand and say, go kill this thing. So now I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. So I pull out my phone, of course, as I'm walking to the bathroom to get expert analysis from little Tatum, and this is how it went.
All
right, so what are we going to do?
So first we have to go in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see this thing. It's crazy.
It's crazy?
Yes, like a real ice.
So show me where it is.
Over there.
All right, now I walk in, and Sid's already in the other room. She's not even anywhere near this thing because she's freaking out. And this is a big ass spider. Like, I honestly was like, I don't really feel like getting anywhere near this, but I can't show fear to my child who's all excited about this. So I have to kind of act like as if this is no big deal.
Oh boy.
Like, it's not like a tarantula, but it's a big ass spider.
Sure.
That would have been funny if it was you just drunk in the bathroom.
Kill it.
Whole different tarantula. All right.
Is that the spider?
Yeah.
And you want me to save it?
Yeah.
And what are we going to do with it?
Put it in the spider house.
Where's that?
It's outside.
Okay.
Like I'm a dummy.
Come on, Dad.
Now, mind you, the spider house is just a lump of dirt in a bed of rocks in our backyard. It's such an eyesore, and I hate looking at this thing, but it's so cute. Like she built this dirt house for spiders.
Remember?
Did Mommy want to save it?
No, but the mom says maybe Dad could do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Look how big this thing is.
It's massive. This is a really big spider.
And then she just walks off. I'm like, what kind of assistant are you? She just leaves to go tell Mom everything that's going on as I'm standing on a toilet trying to get this thing with a plastic cup and a piece of paper.
She's obviously the manager of the home, so she delegated, and now she's moving on to her next task.
Off to her next project. I do give her props. She had the back door open and ready to go so I could walk out quickly and put the spider outside.
What was your technique for trapping the spider?
Plastic cup, boom on the wall, and then slide that paper in, baby.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Textbook.
And then I'm an idiot, though. I'm like, I wonder if this is going to suffocate the spider. We have to hurry this up. Meanwhile, I'm like, this thing is not going to, like, there's like plenty of air pockets coming from the paper. And I'm like freaking out that I'm going to now kill the spider and traumatize my poor child.
I love that she's turned you into a little bleeding heart spider guy.
Oh, but Sid, it hates this. She even says, I hate that our daughter loves spiders so much. I hate that she loves them that much.
Why does she have a spider stuffy?
Because it was at the store, duh.
Why not?
They had them at the vet. The vet that we take our dogs to, they have like a little wall of stuffed animals for some reason.
Are they dog toys?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Oh, gosh.
But for Tatum, they're stuffies.
Oh, my God.
You're probably right. They are dog toys.
So now, how long is the spider still in the spider house?
I mean, it went right into the dirt. It seemed very appreciative that I saved it.
And can you show me? Well, I mean, I guess in like compared to like the size of a quarter, how big was the spider?
Oh, it was bigger than a quarter.
Oh,
yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah, it was probably like a $50. It wasn't like it was massive to us in our house, but like it wasn't like anything awful like that.
I just like that she has such a good heart.
I know. And it drives my wife crazy because all she wants is this damn thing dead. And she's like, I never thought I'd be in a house where we're saving spiders.
You know what's the other funny thing, though? Like, my husband is your wife. He's a huge spider wimp, so I'm the one that has to deal with the spiders.
Really?
And even yesterday, Barrett was like, Mom, there's a huge spider in the stairway. And there was, and I had to deal with it.
So does everybody have one member of the household is the spider wimp? Danny, is it you? It's you, probably.
Oh, it's me, 100%.
Yeah. Linda probably just takes them and just eats them. It's like, yeah.
No, she runs in the other room and hides.
Does she?
Oh, yeah.
So you're both scared of spiders?
No, I'm not. No, I'm the one that takes care of them. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm the one that takes care of them. She is so scared. Like, she will call me when I'm like out of town and be like, I don't know what to do. There's a spider in the bathroom. And I'm like, well, you kill it. And she's like, I'm just not going to go in there and hope it goes away.
I'm going to close the door and hope it's still there. There have been times where I've come back and I was like, there's a spider in the bathroom. I'm like, all right, I've been gone. She's like, I saw it when you left. I'm like, I've been gone for like an hour and a half.
Oh, no.
Is it still there? She's like, I don't know. And I go up there and of course it's not.
Yeah.
So is it you or George?
This is a shock, but it's George.
George is scared of spiders?
Yes. Hates them. Yeah, isn't that embarrassing? We all thought it'd be me. So I have to kill them, but sometimes we have high ceilings, so sometimes I can't. So I'm like, babe, you're taller than me. You got to take this.
That's when you get the vacuum with the vacuum hose and you suck it down.
No, he
That's
can
my move.
face the fear. Okay.
Do love this. Like Tatum is a future manager. Hey, you take care of this, and then walks away.
I love it.
Pretty much.
Well, based on the fact that Tatum is apparently really into spiders and very passionate about keeping them alive, we want you to finish this sentence, Rockaholics. I really wish my kid wasn't into blank. What is something that your kid is so into, but you just can't stand it? Or what was something that you were really into that your parents really hated? 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls after Puddle of Mud.
The Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, you need to finish this sentence for us. I really wish my kid wasn't into blank. What is something that your kid is into that you just can't stand?
All because my daughter's into spiders and my wife cannot stand it.
Or what was something that you were into as a kid that your parents hated? 206-803-ROCK. Katie from DuPont, is your daughter much of an athlete?
She could hold her own, you guys, but her freshman year, she was in junior high, and she just decided to play a sport every season. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Well, she chose basketball. And even though we have a basketball hoop out in front of our house, she never really played. She didn't know any of the rules. She didn't know anything. And I was horrified. Well, we were both kind of shocked, but she made the team. And then when I went to the games, it was the most painful, horrible experience of my life. I wish I had a bottle of vodka with me because it was bad.
Katie, was everybody on the team bad? Like, is that once you watch them, you're like, oh, I now get why she made. Or do you think the team just wanted your money?
I just think they wanted a really cute little bench warmer.
You know, hey, so everybody has a role on the team.
I guess. I mean, she was friends with all the basketball players.
Katie, it's it's funny. I was like that. That was me with baseball. I was terrible. I know my parents hated it. The day I remember telling my mom, it was mid-season. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to go there anymore. She's like, you don't want to play baseball anymore? I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know that you guys paid. She's like, that's totally fine. I've never seen my parents more happy when I quit playing baseball.
Yeah, it was. I was so glad when that season was done and track season came back because I don't mind being outside, but Holy God.
You rock, Katie.
Scott from Federal Way.
God.
Scott from Federal Way. This is your stepdaughter who's into something a little weird. Tell us about it.
Yeah, this is crazy. I don't know if you're ready for this, but my stepdaughter's into those bad boys, right? And
Bad boys.
Bad boys, yeah, bad boys. So her brother went to prison for like 2 years, and one of his cellmates asked for our daughter's number. So ever since then, for the last 4 years, she likes to date prisoners.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't feel so bad for having to watch Paw Patrol toys on YouTube now.
Wait, is this Sarah's dad?
No.
So are these? So these are not like people that are out of prison. These are people that are still in prison.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
and not just that, but murderers.
Oh my goodness! How many are they? Pen pals? Or are they their phone buddies? Like how many guys is she talking?
Phone buddies.
They're what?
Yeah, phone buddies. One of them is the new one is in Tennessee, and they're like, I guess they smuggle phones in, and yeah, they talk 24 hours a day.
Wow.
Oh, so it's not even like you're getting a call. It's not like you're receiving a collect call from the Genesee prison.
No.
It's just, wow.
No, I'm guessing they put it in their prison wallet and bring it on in.
Oh boy.
Their prison wallet.
Yeah, I'm very happy that. Granted, my daughter's 4. She's not going to be talking to any prisoners.
She's not into prisoners yet?
Not yet. Luckily, Marshall and Chase are not behind bars. Otherwise, things would get kind of weird, I think, in our household.
Rockaholics, how would you like to meet Steve? He's got a record of, are you ready for this? 262 wins.
Say it.
Oh, wow. You're excited. 74 losses
right.
and 18 ties in 2024. It'd be awesome to see somebody take you down our first day back.
Oh, would it?
206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 6:50.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor Portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
Sorry. What the hell, man? You suck. 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 Go home. Go home. Go home.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs. You're a loser.
Who's ready to beat me?
Not me.
Yeah, Danny clearly is not.
I do have to say, Sarah had no problem jumping in on the "you suck" chants, but our friend Taryn over
Never
here
did.
refused to chant and kept giving you the heart sign with her hands.
She's the nicest person in the whole world.
This morning.
Yeah, well,
Honestly,
So far.
I love. We should do that every morning, Steve.
Chant "you suck" and
Yes.
go home to Danny.
Yes.
And
Let's get to Jeff from Cedar
Danny.
Woolley. Jeff, are you there?
R.
I'm here.
Thank goodness someone is. I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
because we're not here.
No. For those playing at home, Jeff has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Your humerus bone is located where?
Arm.
Correct. What singer has the albums She's So Unusual and Hat Full of Stars?
Pass.
Lord Farquaad is the character from what animated movie?
Shrek.
Yes. How many U.S. states begin with the letter S?
Zero.
No.
Pass.
Besides the pound sign, what is the real name for a hashtag?
Asterisk.
No.
Pass.
Bon Jovi released their album New Jersey today back in 1988. So how old is it today?
46.
No.
48.
No.
Pass.
Whoa. Jeff, maybe you're not here either. You dropped
No.
a deuce.
Oh.
Woo. I gotta say though, I can tell that I made these questions late last night after my flight home because a lot of things are misspelled. So,
Were you
whoa.
drunk, Sarah?
Honestly, maybe. I might still have been. I was just saying how I can tell I made these questions late last night because they
boy.
are misspelled.
Hungover Sarah writing questions.
Yes, it's not a great thing. Steve, are you ready?
Ah, yes.
Your humerus bone is located where?
Elbow.
Correct.
Arm?
Yeah. What singer has the albums She's So Unusual and Hat Full of Stars?
Oh crap! She's Rod Stewart?
No.
Billy Joel?
No.
Bruno Mars?
No. Lord Farquaad is a character from what animated movie?
Watch your mouth.
Lord Farquaad.
I don't know. Harry Potter?
No.
Lord of the Rings?
No.
Star Wars?
I said animated. No. How many
crap.
U.S. states begin with the letter S?
3.
No.
2.
Correct. Besides the pound sign, what is the real name for a hashtag?
Number sign.
No.
Iggly giggly.
No.
Lord Farquaad.
No. Bon Jovi released their album New Jersey today back in 1988. So how old is it today?
Wow. I don't know. 36?
You do know, yes. In Harry Potter, what kind of mythical creature's hair makes up the core of Malfoy's wand?
Lord Farquaad.
It's for Lord Farquaad, but no.
That too?
That was a struggle. Steve, you only got 3 correct.
Oh, my.
And
That was
yet
bad.
somehow it's still a win.
Let's go!
3-2.
Hell yeah! Number 1.
That's ridiculous.
That is...
Jeff, you and I should be embarrassed.
Yes, you both should be.
I like the fact that Steve and I have clearly both not seen the movie Shrek.
That was the answer?
Apparently.
Farquaad, yeah.
I've never seen Shrek.
I'd rather say Farquaad because I'm afraid that if I say the other way, I'm going to curse.
Last week when we posted our cute little pictures of, us back in the day, Danny said one of mine looked like Lord Farquaad. And he's not that cute of a person.
No?
So
Is it worth being compared to him or Shrek?
Oh, Shrek for sure.
Oh, great.
You definitely. It's worse for you.
Awesome.
What singer has the album She's So Unusual and Hat Full of Stars?
No idea.
Older singer. I had to make sure she was still alive.
Linda Ronstadt?
Girls just want to have fun.
Cyndi Lauper.
Yes.
Wow.
You two should have known that.
I know one Cyndi Lauper song.
That one.
Yeah. Oh, no, 2. Time After Time.
Oh, yeah.
What about True Colors?
3.
You probably know way more than you think you know.
Time After Time is Cyndi Lauper?
Yeah, Time After Time.
I didn't know that.
If you fall, I will catch you.
Besides the pound sign, what is the real name for a hashtag?
Don't know.
Octothorpe.
Of course. It was on the tip of my tongue.
Octothorpe.
All right, yeah.
Octothorpe and Lord Farquaad. You're learning so much today. And yet you still won somehow.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Also, it's unicorn hair for the Harry Potter question, if anyone's wondering.
Oh, I forgot even that question happened.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
welcome.
thank you, Danny.
Unicorn hair?
Yeah.
That's the person's name?
No. Yes.
What
You know what? Let's just move on.
mythical creature's hair makes up the core of Malfoy's wand?
You know, Draco unicorn hair.
Malfoy's the dude's name, okay?
Duh.
KISW presents the Halloween Hullabaloo on October 13th at the ShoWare Center in Kent, and we've got Godsmack coming to town. Hailstorm's going to be on the bill, and those tickets are on sale now. You can take care of all that business at KISW.com. A star player for the Seahawks shared during a press conference yesterday that one of his teammates has zero personality. And guess what? That teammate responded. You're going to hear what happened after Queen.
The Daily Migs Show.
Our friend Steve Migs is passionate about a lot of things.
Yes.
Wrestling.
Yes.
Pearl Jam.
Yes.
Also Seahawks press conferences.
I am.
One of your new favorite pastimes.
And boy, I get to watch a lot of those press conferences while we were off. I did not realize how many press conferences happen during the season. I feel like every other day there are players doing press conferences, and I'm all in for all of them, especially Mike McDonald.
Oh, my gosh.
Because somebody compared him to Bill Belichick, but like a younger, nicer version. But he doesn't suffer any fools. And like he will call out the reporters if they ask stupid questions, or at least shoot down a dumb question and not like even entertain it. Like Pete Carroll used to, and I love Pete, but like even if someone asked a stupid question, you could tell he was annoyed, but he would try his best to still give a good answer.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas Mike McDonald's like, yeah, no, that's not how it is.
Well, you watched one with DK Metcalf.
I did.
He was answering some questions from the media, and one of them was interesting, yeah?
They were talking about the offensive line, and then all of a sudden he decided to take a shot at one of the guys on the offensive line, and it was just freaking hilarious. And here's how it sounded.
Hats off to our whole O-line, for giving us time to score as many points as we did.
What have you seen from his personality as it's come out in the last couple of years?
Who, Charles?
So talk about Charles Cross, who's been doing very good, and he's what was it, one of the top draft picks a couple of years ago?
Sure.
I think. Yeah.
He don't got one. Nah. Him and Derek, nah. Don't expect many words from them. Yeah.
I was like, I had to rewind. I'm like, did he just crap all over his teammate? In a fun way, obviously, but I was like, how's his personality?
About in the last couple of years.
Who, Charles? He don't got one. Nah.
So then I see that Charles Cross did a press conference as well and answered some questions that same day. And I was like, do you think? I mean, good reporting would mean that you would ask that question. I'm like, well, how long do I have to sit through this interview in order for them to get that answer? First question.
Oh, my gosh.
And I think DK was still in the crowd. So I think it's obvious that they're just joking around, but it was still fun to see like that lighthearted side of how they rib each other behind the scenes.
Totally.
Being done on a press conference.
Charles, I think you're going to have to prove DK wrong on this.
He's right. I don't have a personality. Just jokes.
What about DK's personality?
Man, DK funny, man. DK funny.
DK funny. I'm going to crush him after this interview.
That's pretty sweet, though.
DK funny.
It's all in good fun.
I just think it's funny because, like, we were put in that situation and people were interviewing us, and, like, I made that kind of joke about Sarah or vice versa, you know that we would have just spit fire at each other the entire time. Funny that he's just like, no, he's a good guy.
Well, when you don't have a personality, you have nothing to say.
DK funny.
I'm just kidding.
We should set up a Daly Migs press conference sometime.
A press conference at the end of the show?
Yeah, get like a real journalist in here.
Get well, I was going to say get the journalist that asks questions at the Seahawk press conferences, but man, some of them are just getting crucified on like the on the comments. Like, when are we going to get real reporters that ask real questions? Because some of the questions are a little whatever. In fact, there was one where DK was being asked about Geno Smith, and in true Mike McDonald form, he kind of called out the reporter, and I loved this moment.
A lot about Geno's kind of underrated, but can you just talk about his ability to scan downfield and then distribute the ball to the different receivers you just talked about?
Yeah, y'all been calling this man underrated for 3 years, and when is it gonna stop?
I didn't call it that.
Well, you just said it.
He literally just called him underrated, and he's like, I didn't say it.
Sure did.
But he's not underrated by any means. He's an NFL quarterback, just like 31 other NFL quarterbacks. I don't think the underrated title should be used anymore. I mean, he's very successful in what he does. He's led us to one playoff appearance and should have been in the playoffs last year. But we just got to play better as a team, do better for him on offense. But his preparation, his approach to the game has always been the same.
Let me clean that up. Is Geno Smith one of the best leaders in the NFL at quarterback?
I love how he just didn't want to let it go. He's like, all right, let me clean it up. Here's the question again.
Yes, in my opinion, yes. He's a great leader at quarterback and great at what he does at the quarterback position.
Okay. Wow. Nice recovery there.
DK's just done.
Now, we're back from a couple days off, but while we were away, Danny went on a trip to California to see a concert that ended up being canceled.
Jane's Addiction?
Yeah. What was the show that got canceled, Danny?
It was a band called Mest and a band called Phoenix TX, pop punk bands from back in the 2000s.
And so you were flying to California to see those bands specifically?
I was.
And then those shows got canceled after you already booked your flights and paid for your Airbnb.
Which was unrefundable.
Oh.
But then Danny, smart man, did some research and found out that Green Day was going to be playing in L.A. the same weekend.
Big stadium show.
And not just that one, but there was a second Green Day show. One of them was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for Danny. How so? We're going to tell you at 7:20.
The Daily Migs Show. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
The Seahawks will be back at home this Sunday, and we on the Daily Migs Show are on a quest to learn more about some of the players on our team. So join us tomorrow at this time at 7:20 for our Seahawks Spotlight.
Yes.
We're going to be chatting with tight end Brady Russell tomorrow at 7:20.
If you have not, then do yourself a favor and just look at what this guy wears on game day. His outfits are out of this world. He is a character.
He's a treasure.
I'm excited to talk to him.
Now, really quickly, let's play a game, Steve Migs.
Okay, a game.
That game is Who's Singing with Green Day?
Oh, I mean, that's a tough one. Sounds a lot like our friend Danny V over there.
It's me! Danny, although your original plans to go to California to see Mest were thwarted.
Danny's still singing, Tyron. That's very rude of you.
Thank you.
What the?
He did get very angry at me. Threw his guitar at me.
You're standing 10 feet away from him, singing your heart out. When I film, that's when I don't sing.
I shouldn't have.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm recording like a song, like the last thing I want to do is sing along to it because I want to be able to look back and listen to it without me singing.
Well, yeah, we've heard you sing before. I think that's probably a good protective measure.
I wish I could argue that you were wrong, but you're 1,000% correct. So you were going to see a band. They canceled. Yeah. I remember talking to you before you left for California. You're like, oh man, now I'm going for nothing.
Yeah. Well, and it was like we had an Airbnb booked, and of course, it was a week before that they canceled the show, and I was like, well, we should just not go. And my friend Gavin, he was like, well, the problem is we already paid for our Airbnb and it's non-refundable. So
it would have been great if you looked and go, no, the problem is you paid for it. I'm staying home. Have fun in California, Gavin.
I should have done that, honestly. No, I shouldn't have. But it was one of those okay, you're right. Let's just go. We'll still go have our little boys trip, hang out on the beach, get drunk, whatever we're going to do. And so, of course, I'm just Googling, hey, what's happening I literally Google, what's happening in Los Angeles this weekend? And of course,
prostitution.
That of course, yeah.
Always.
Then I see Green Day's playing, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see if we can go to Green Day at SoFi Stadium, which at that point, I'd never been to any big shows in California.
Right.
That was the biggest show that I have ever been to.
That's a huge stadium.
It's huge.
And I saw the videos that you put up on social media, and it looked even, it's not a word, but it looked even huger.
Yeah, huger it was.
It was like the hugest.
But then, so we get there.
Were you in a suite?
We were in a suite. Yeah, I know. We were all bougie, hanging out in the suite. But there's 500 level. That's how many levels they have there. 500 level. So of course we're kind of not bummed. We're in a suite, right? We get free food.
I was gonna say, was there at least food in there?
There was.
All right, it's not like the suite we had from Metallica then.
No. There was actual beer in there. There was wine, but we were very high up, which is actually a really cool way to see that show because there's a lot of visuals. By the way, that tour is coming here this coming Monday. Okay. So if you're at T-Mobile, if you are thinking about going to the show, you should go see the show.
Even if it's nosebleed seats, you're going to get a good show.
You're going to get a great show. There's visuals. It was just a lot of fun.
The video screens, they did a great job of showing the members up close because from the video that you posted of you in the suite far away, you can still see Green Day. You can still see the members of the band rocking on stage.
Of course. So anyway, we go and we see that, and we're kind of bummed because we're like not up close. And that's where Gavin and I are used to see. We were supposed to see a band in a 500-person venue, and we're going to like SoFi Stadium, seeing Green Day really high up. Well, long story short,
more people than 500 people there.
Yeah, right. So we're hanging out on Sunday, and I get a text from a friend who's like, "Hey, did you know Green Day's playing a secret show on Monday?"
Not so secret if this person's telling you.
I know. I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Are you going?" And I was like, "I saw it, but I don't know how to get in." He's like, "Stand by." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got you on the list. Change your flight." And I was like, "Ha! Okay."
So you were supposed to leave.
We were supposed to leave on Monday.
The same day that they were doing the secret show.
Doing it Monday night. And I knew no details about like what it was or anything, but secret shows are usually smaller. And sure enough, it was a lot smaller, but he's like, it's a taping for Jimmy Kimmel Live.
That's amazing.
Had you ever been to a live taping of any sort before?
No.
So cool.
Yeah.
And I love how Jimmy Kimmel does like those concert series where it's not necessarily them performing in the studio where he does the show. He has like a full-on like venue where they perform outside, right?
In the back of the studio. So, like, it's on Hollywood, like, the studio's on Hollywood Boulevard. And you kind of go, like, back down the back alley, and there's this, like you said, it's like almost like a festival ground.
Yeah.
They have the whole stage set up and everything. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I immediately go and change my flight. I'm like, I try to find a hotel in Hollywood immediately. And I'm like, Gavin, we're going to go see Green Day, do this, super secret show for Jimmy Kimmel Live. And Gavin was like, man, I can't. I got to go meet my wife. I'm going to fly out tomorrow. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, yeah, I can't change plans with her. And
unless she's hanging out with the members of Green Day, he's crazy to leave.
I know. And I was like, what?
He's going to see his wife eventually.
I'm like, all right, dude, whatever.
They're married.
I know, right? I'm like, whatever, dude. If you don't want to, I'm going to go to the show. I changed my flight. I'm going to find a hotel. He calls his wife about 30 minutes later and is like, hey, well, Danny, let me tell you about Danny. He's going to go see Green Day at a secret show at Hollywood at a Jimmy Kimmel taping. And she's like, why the F are you not staying? And he was like, oh, well, I have to, we have plans and stuff. And she's like, you need to go to that show.
That's awesome.
Did he get two tickets? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I can stay? Okay. So he gets off the phone.
Does he have massive Catholic guilt or something like that?
Apparently.
I mean, as someone who has dealt with that in my life, where I'm like, I've made the assumption I can't do something because I think my wife's going to be mad. And then I tell her, and she's like, I wouldn't have cared.
Yeah. I'm so glad he called. And yeah, sure enough. So Monday, we go to the show, and there's Green Day playing on the smallest stage I've probably seen them ever on.
And you're front row.
Front row, like on the rail. And Billy Joe's 10 feet away from me. And it was the most magical experience I've ever had. I blacked out because I was so full of emotion of like, we saw Green Day 2 days ago in the biggest place I've ever seen
as
them.
far as humanly possible. I mean, you might as well have watched them from Seattle. That's how far you were.
And today we're watching them right there. And they did the taping. They played Bobby Sox on Jimmy Kimmel. And then on top of that, they did an hour set.
Is that normal for that?
No.
That's so cool, Danny.
Jimmy Kimmel's guy came out like to amp up the crowd before and was like, hey, like normally like bands will come, they'll play 2 or 3 songs and then they're out. Green Day, this isn't a Jimmy Kimmel show. This is a Green Day show. They're going to play you at least an hour.
And was it like a mix of all their songs? Or did they do mostly new stuff? Or
it was like a shortened version of the show that they do with their touring. So they did like 4 or 5 off of Dookie. They played like 2 or 3 Savior songs off their new album, and then they did like 4 or 5 off of American Idiot. And it was amazing. And they just, they're just there, and of course throwing out picks and everything. Didn't get one.
I mean, how much closer can you be, Danny?
I know. What is
not
happening?
Get a pick?
But it was amazing. It was the most amazing experience I think I've ever had, and I still can't believe it happened.
That's so cool.
Well, based on Danny having a once-in-a-lifetime moment with Green Day earlier this week.
And Gavin, who almost missed out on it because he just assumed his wife wouldn't want him to go to it.
What was that once-in-a-lifetime moment for you, Rockaholics? 206-803-ROCK. Give us a call, and we will chat with you after Green Day.
The Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, we want to know, what was that once-in-a-lifetime moment for you? 206-803-ROCK. Gabby in Renton, you met a member of Nickelback. Who was it?
Chad Kruger.
Nice.
Yeah, I was at work. We get a lot of celebrities that pull through, and I didn't know it was him until this driver showed up and said, I'm picking up Nickelback. And I'm like, the whole band? He goes, no, just Chad. And I met him at the airplane and shook his hand, and he was a really cool guy.
Have you seen the Nickelback documentary?
No, there's a documentary.
It's so good. I can't remember which streaming service it's on, but it's on Netflix. I think it might be, but it's worth the watch. Even if you're not a Nickelback fan, I think you'll leave being a fan of them as people, especially Chad. Like he's kind of lived like a crazy rough life at times, and also just dealing with all the hatred that he's gotten from his band. But awesome dude. I'm happy you had a great experience with him. Did you get a picture?
Yeah, I did.
Do you look at it? Sorry.
Thanks, Gabby. Bill from Graham, tell us about the tickets you won.
Hey, check this out. I forgot to tell the screener the story of how I won them.
Okay.
So when Bob, Spike, and Joe were on KZOK, they did maybe it was 99.9, but they were on, and they did a contest where you had to do your best. You had to call in their request line and leave your voice message in the form of a Tom Petty song.
Okay.
So I chose a Tom Petty song, and they picked me. So I won 4 tickets to Tom Petty, 4 tickets to Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, and 4 tickets to Steely Dan. Pretty cool.
That's awesome.
And I chose to keep my marriage intact because what happened, my wife's family had planned this huge, there's 100 people deep, this huge, deep family reunion out in Utah somewhere. And she hadn't seen a lot of these people in a while, and we were newly married, and I thought that wouldn't be a good deal.
Yeah, so I can see that.
I gave them all away, and then here's the bad thing. So I gave my brother, he loves Tom, we all love Tom Petty. I gave my brother the Tom Petty tickets, and he took his digital camera because no one had digital phones back then. Digital camera, and he took all these really close, because he was on the front row, up front tickets, all that good stuff, these pictures and everything. And I said, oh, cool, because I want to see him. So he brings them back, and I put them in my computer in my office, never to see the pictures or the chip again. It was such a bummer. He has no memories from that concert now.
Oh, too bad.
I was about to say, was the song, the Tom Petty song, like a parody of like Free Falling? I wonder which song he won. I feel like Free Falling, because it rhymes with calling, would be the way to go, right? Yeah.
Bob from Tacoma, who did you meet on a fishing trip?
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. So what happened to you?
Oh, okay. Well, we pulled into the Shoshone Bay Marina back in 1979 when I was married, and I was on my father-in-law's boat, and we were gassing up, and we pulled in behind this big, huge boat, and it turned out it was John Wayne's boat, and he was on the back end of the boat on the veranda leaning on the railing with a cigarette in his mouth, and he had about a 2-inch ash on it. And he looked at the fish, and he looked at me, and he complimented me on the fish, and we had a nice chat, and it was pretty cool.
How old was he when you met him?
This was at the tail end. It was 79, so he died like a couple years later. But he was a small stature, the man that he was, but his voice was the same and everything. And
Bob, I was about to ask, what was his voice like? Because he had such an iconic voice. I got to imagine that must have been surreal to be in person with him.
Oh, yeah. It was. My father-in-law asked me why I didn't give him a fish, and I said, I don't give my fish to anybody.
Yeah, not even John Wayne.
Daniel in Seattle, you gave someone a nugget of pot. Who was that?
Sir Tommy Chong.
I was going to say, if you had me guess, I'd probably say it was a Cheech or Chong.
It was Tommy Chong.
Makes sense.
They were playing. He had a little comedy show going at Giggles there in the University District, and I had told my boss this, and so he gave me his Big Bamboo album to have ask Tommy to sign it. Well, I gave Tommy this piece of pot as we were going to go into the venue, and so he asked me my name, and so he signed my boss's album to Dano, my bud grower. On my boss's album cover of Big Bamboo. my boss is so pissed.
That's so funny.
Andrew from Duval, you got to see Aaron Jones, but it was a really small show. Tell us about that.
I was got a 4-hour heads up on social media of Aaron Jones playing Incarnation at Poorhouse Beach. 45 of us. He was getting ready for his French tour. Morgan Henley of Brody Nation put it together.
That's awesome.
Had Aaron out 3 times now.
I know he used to do a lot of those random little solo shows. And that just showed up on my Facebook memories when we did that Seattle Rock Night when Aaron performed, and I got to go up and play drums with him, and Thrill jumped on bass, and Kyle Court, he jumped on guitar, and we did a Nirvana cover, and then Aaron's like, do you guys want to just keep jamming up here? We had nothing planned, and we just ended up just following his lead and had one of my favorite, talk about once-in-a-lifetime opportunities and experiences. Still to this day, one of my favorite moments was just getting to be up there on stage with a guy who I much love and respect for him as a musician.
Absolutely.
Thrill, not Aaron, but Aaron's okay. Yeah.
Well, some would say that beating Steve Migs is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So if you'd like a shot at beating Steve, he's currently got a record of 263 wins, 74 losses, and 18 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 7:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Bill from Gig Harbors. Bill, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Bill. Did you know that we have a cheat sheet for the 750 Beat Migs? Did you know that?
I did not.
Okay, so the men's room at 440, our beautiful Taryn gives away 3 answers. So if you listen then, you could have not known 3 of these answers. Because I'm trying to have Steve be brought down because you win way too much.
You know, I mean, I'm sure the players on the Seahawks want to lift up Geno Smith. They're not looking for ways to have him fail. Yeah. And I feel like my teammates over here are looking for ways to have me fail.
Well, Danny's not, so you have 1 on your side.
He's the DK to my Geno Smith.
I'm for the people.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
You're like Russell Wilson. I don't even know what that means.
But somehow we're all still offended.
Yeah, right?
Mr. Unlimited.
For those playing at home, Bill has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm actually 1-on-1 with Steve. I'm hoping to make it 2-1 today.
Ooh, let's go.
Jinx.
The harvest moon typically occurs in September, but every few years it happens in what other month?
October.
Correct. Who is the current host of the Family Feud?
Steve Harvey.
Yes. The handle on Mary Poppins' umbrella is what kind of bird's head?
Pass.
What decade did the Hollywood sign drop the word land from it?
50s, 60s, 70s.
No. Sophie Turner recently got divorced from what Jonas brother?
Pass.
The Golden Girls were Blanche, Rose, Dorothy, and who?
Pass.
Arby's was founded in what Midwest state?
Illinois, Ohio.
Ohio, yes. Farrah Fawcett played Jill Monroe in what 70s TV series?
All in the Family?
No.
Pass.
Fire, Little Black, and Carpenter are all types of what insect?
Ant.
Correct. There are 128 ounces and how many gallons?
1.
Yes. The handle on Mary Poppins' umbrella is what kind of bird's head?
Raven.
No. Bill, right down the middle, you got 5 correct. And I will say, the 3 answers that Taryn gave away on the men's room cheat sheet were all ones you got wrong.
Yep, yesterday at 4:40. And today at 4:40, it will be for tomorrow's 750 Beat Mix.
Yeah, so tune in then, because Bill could have done a little better. Steve, are you ready?
Yeah.
The harvest moon typically occurs in September, but every few years it happens in what other month?
October?
Correct. Who is the current host of Family Feud?
Steve Harvey.
You know it.
Yeah.
The handle on Mary Poppins' umbrella is what kind of bird's head?
Oh, that's so weird. I hope it's dead. A pigeon?
No.
Parrot?
Correct, and yes, it's dead. It's not real. What decade did the Hollywood sign drop the word land from
Wait,
it?
it was a parrot?
It was a parrot.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. 50s?
No.
40s?
Correct. Sophie Turner recently got divorced from what Jonas brother?
Joe.
Yes.
That's the only Joe. Thank God.
The
I know any of
Golden
the Jonas
Girls
brothers.
were Blanche, Rose, Dorothy, and who?
Blanche, Rose, Dorothy. Sophia.
Yes. Arby's was found in what Midwest state?
I don't know. Illinois.
No.
Nebraska.
No.
I don't even know if these are Midwest. North Dakota.
No. Farrah Fawcett played Jill Monroe in what 70s TV series?
Charlie's Angels.
Correct. Fire, Little Black, and Carpenter are all types of what insect?
Ants.
Yes. Steve, you got 7 correct, which is a win, 7-5. Sorry, Bill.
Today's just not my day.
You know what? Maybe a different day will be your day.
But it was my
Mr.
day.
Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited, baby.
Ew. Yeah, I thought you were Gino, not Russell.
I just like using that drop.
It is pretty amazing.
But you're right. I believe you guys are trying to write me.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though. That's the problem. I ain't right back. Let's go.
Let's go.
Arby's was founded in, Bill got this correct, Ohio. And when you didn't get to, there are 128 ounces in how many gallons?
1?
Yes.
Did you ask the Arby's question? Because that's the closest you could get to talking like a pirate.
Arby's.
Yes, I completely did this on purpose. I'm so glad you caught that.
Just talk like a pirate day.
Arby's. Congrats, Steve. I don't know how you keep winning, but you do.
Thank you.
Pulls those answers out of somewhere special.
His brain.
Check out the new Daly Migs t-shirt in the Rock Shop. My girlfriend Carly wore one to my house over the weekend, and I got so excited. If you grew up loving Beavis and Butthead, you will love this shirt. And we got to give some big credit to our artist, Justin Hunt, for making the design.
So for all the rockaholics that just want to randomly show up to Taryn's house because it seems like anybody can just show up to her house, buy the Beavis and Butthead inspired t-shirt first and then show up.
You'll be welcome through the front door.
I am the great Cornholio. I need kippy for my bunghole.
You can get your very own Daily Migs Beavis and Butthead inspired shirt at KISW.com. There was one song I was singing a lot over the weekends. Fight, fight, fight for Washington State. Okay. Win the victory. Because the Cougs beat the Huskies in the Apple Cup. And a Coug legend was watching the game from the sidelines. It wasn't me.
Okay.
M. Christo Bruce is going to join us.
MK, one of the coolest dudes. Do you mind? Can I get your permission? Can I embarrass you?
Right now?
No,
or
when we get MK on the phone.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm panicking.
Are you sure?
Now I'm panicking.
Okay, good.
We're going to talk to MK after Foo Fighters.
The Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, you probably know by now that I am a proud graduate of Washington State University. And everywhere we go as a show, I'm always throwing out the Go Cougs to anyone I see wearing Coug gear.
Because like the cult of Cougs, everywhere we go, you see the crimson. Right? Crimson and gray?
Crimson and gray, baby.
All right, yes.
And there's someone we got on the phone right now that I'm so excited to talk to on the heels of our Apple Cup victory over the weekend. And that is M. Christo Bruce. Good morning, MK.
What's going on, guys? How
Go
excited are we?
Cougs!
Dude, so
Go
good.
Cougs all day, every day.
Dude, I saw you on the sidelines, and I've known MK for a while, and always loved talking to you, man. And I mean, not only are you a Coug legend, but you played in the NFL. You're a top mortgage loan officer now. You're a pilot. You're an awesome dad and husband, too, most importantly. But I was like, we got to get you on because Taryn's a massive Cougs fan. She went to WSU. And before we start anything, I want to get your opinion on her singing abilities.
Oh, God.
Because she posted this on her Instagram page. I want to see what you think of her Coug fandom right here.
For Washington State, win the victory. We're gonna win this thing.
Oh, Crimson and Gray. That's it.
So what do you think? Did she do a good job?
Listen, man, it's all about the enthusiasm you put into it, and the girl had the enthusiasm.
Let's
go. Cougs, baby. And I was singing that song a
Love
lot
it.
on Saturday because, you know, we were scoring. It was awesome.
Listen, guys, I'm telling you right now, like anybody that's out there, like you just want to see a good Apple Cup. It doesn't matter, you know, no one wants to see a blowout. You want to see just a fight to the end. And it comes down last year. There was a guy named Michael Penix Jr. I'm so glad he's not here this year playing against us. But you know, it came down to like kind of the last place last year, same thing this year, and it was like when if anybody was in that stadium, it was absolutely rocking. It was crazy. There was so much purple. There was so much crimson. It was just a great atmosphere for sure.
And you were on the sidelines the whole time. That had to be just, I mean, obviously you played with the team. You were one of the best players for them back in the day. I mean, is it weird watching now as a bystander, just sitting there and absorbing it that way?
It's totally different. So I'll tell you right now, like when I was coming out of the tunnel, walking on the field, and it's like, even to this day, I mean, I haven't played in 20 plus years. I got the goosebumps. I'm feeling it, you know, I'm walking on the sideline and I'm just like, oh my God, I just want to give me one more snap. I'm thinking, and then my knee just started aching as soon as I said that. I was like, okay, maybe not. But
let me hit one more guy. Let me hit him.
Let me hit somebody, but I'm down in the end zone and I'm looking at the game, And it was just like, you just saw the sea of fans out there. And, you have those like old memories rushing. And I was like, I looked back at my wife and I was like, babe, something's about to happen. I just felt it. And then that's when Mateer had that third and long QB draw. And then he literally jumped over the pylon while I was standing right there. I was like, this is amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I saw like some of my wife's family. They ended up on the field too. I think everyone like rushed the field. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah. It was pure pandemonium.
We're talking with MK Bruce, Washington State Cougar. And a question for you. So I know when you were there, we were there about the same time. I think we maybe at that time had like 2 Apple Cup victories and 2 Apple Cup losses during your tenure. Yep. What was probably your favorite Apple Cup memory from back when you were playing?
I think one of my favorite ones is we came over to Husky Stadium and we won. Trandon Harvey, bubble pass to the left. He goes and scores. And, we rushed the field and there's flags everywhere. People run around. It was just so surreal because I'm from this area and just growing up and, all the back and forth and having to listen to Husky fans and all this stuff. I was like, enough is enough. And we ended up getting the victory. And I laid my head down at night and slept very well after that one.
Absolutely.
Hey, MK, this might be a stupid question because, you played in front of thousands upon thousands of people. It's got to be a little nerve-wracking. But what is more nerve-wracking? Because now you're a pilot as well. Is it nerve-wracking to land a plane or play in front of that many people? Which is crazier for you?
Man, you know what? So you do so much training on if things go wrong when you're flying. And I'll tell you, like, landing for the first time in Pullman, like, I have all this nostalgia. I'm flying over the stadium. You have to find this little runway in the middle of a field and buildings and all of that. You're just locked in. But I think, man, even the same thing, when you're on the field, I'm telling you honestly, like everything goes away. Like when you first come out on the field before they call the play, you see the fans everywhere. But as soon as they put your hand in the dirt and get ready for them to snap the ball, like you don't even see anybody. It's just you one-on-one playing. So
does it get like quiet for you too? Like, is it like almost like the noise is just blocked out?
Everything. Like it's like almost like tunnel vision. Like you don't hear anything, you don't see anything until you like make a play and get a tackle. Like there's no high in the world that can ever touch a third and long sack and then looking up at the crowd as they go crazy like, I want that back.
And Christo, with everything that's been going on, obviously with the Pac-12, there's a lot of people that have opinions about should the Apple Cup continue, and it was a little weird being played in September. But what's kind of your take on this tradition? Do we throw it away, or do you think we keep it going?
Man, the thing that actually like gets my blood boiling is like people even saying throw the game away. It's like, how can you do that with so much history and so much prestige like around this game and what it means to the people, right? So there's some people that maybe don't care, but think about all the people that grew up in this area as you're elementary school and you wear your Cougar stuff or your Husky stuff to school and you have that rivalry. How can you throw that away, right? So I personally like it earlier in the year. You don't have everybody beat up. It's not dreary and cold and wet. It's like, you're playing your best on best. You have your best of your teams playing right away, So I personally love it. I don't love what happens to the league. But again, hopefully we get a couple, big time schools that come over and beef it back up again.
And I got to ask you, because you did play for the Miami Dolphins, but you're from here. Who are you rooting for this weekend with the Seahawks taking on the Dolphins?
And Seahawks all day. I'm a hometown kid.
Let's go.
For sure. Hometown kid. I love what Gino's doing. I love Coach Mike's doing. I mean, they have this young team, and if you look at the standings everywhere, they're saying that the Seahawks are ranked, 21st or 23rd and all this craziness. I think the Seahawks are going to do very well this year.
All right, MK, thank you so much for joining us and chatting about the Apple Cup. The Cougs are going to be playing in Pullman tomorrow night, 3-0 so far. Let's make it forward.
Are you flying over there?
I'm flying over tomorrow. I'll be landing in Pullman. I'm just throwing it out there that the Cougs have won every game I'm flown to. So I'm going to keep this tradition going.
Absolutely. Thanks for being the good luck charm, MK.
All right, go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
Take care, MK.
Jane's Addiction canceled the rest of their tour, Rockaholics, and it looks like the band has maybe even broken up. And people online, of course, have plenty to say about all of this, so we will go straight to the comments at 8:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
Jane's Addiction has canceled their remaining tour dates following the incident we all got to watch online.
Oh, yes.
Where Perry Farrell assaulted Dave Navarro during a show in Boston. He had to be restrained by like 3 guys. It was crazy. So Perry ended up apologizing online, expressed a lot of regret for his actions, said it had been a difficult weekend. He was going to take full responsibility for what happened. And then the remaining bandmates issued that big apology to fans like, hey, we're not going to be able to do this. We have a concern about Perry's behavior,
his mental health, and also I think Dave Navarro posted on his social media accounts where it made it, I mean, subtle but not so subtle, saying I'm done, and I think the band is done. I mean, I don't know if they're going to get back together again. I mean, dollar signs will change some things, and maybe put like Perry in his own little room.
Yeah,
so that way he can't attack people.
Sometimes they put drummers behind a thing, that'd
put
be
him
smart.
in like a plexiglass enclosure.
So they said that canceling the tour was a necessary, situation for everyone's safety involved. And then they're very heartbroken over the entire situation and hoping that Perry will get the help that he needs. So, of course, everyone and their mother has an opinion about this on social media. And we're going to go straight to the comments.
Yeah, we found a few of these posts. We sent them to our production director, Jason, a.k.a. Veggie Dog, and said, hey, pick out some of your favorite that just illustrate how people lose their mind over sometimes stuff that just really doesn't concern them or the dumbest stuff possible, and reenact it however you want, and he did just that. Are you ready for the first comment about Jane's Addiction? Pretty much calling it a day.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
I know 2 songs by Jane's Addiction. Being Caught Stealing and whatever the that other song is.
They had more than 2 hits.
That's pretty funny, though.
I do love that one song by them called
whatever the that other song is.
They need to write a song just called that.
What a bummer, though, because that was such a highly anticipated, reuniting, and so it just sucks that it ended like this.
My first thought was, I'm glad I got to see them live, but I was bummed because I was looking forward to seeing this concert because it would have been the original 4 members. When I saw them live, I think it was at the WAMU Theater, and Flea, which was still freaking cool. Yeah. Flea filled in on bass, which was awesome because he played in the band for a half. It's weird how the Chili Peppers and Jane's Addiction have kind of almost been like this incestuous thing going on, like where members join other bands and fill in when other members aren't available. But to see Eric Avery on bass, that would have been really freaking cool. I don't think it's going to happen now. No. And unfortunately, we'll not get to hear that one song of theirs.
Whatever the that other song is.
Okay, here's our next comment about Jane's Addiction. Calling it quits in the big fight that happened, fight in quotation marks, between Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro.
See, he said he was sorry. Ah, it's all better.
Now, do you think he actually apologized to the members personally, or did he just put out a statement on social media and said, well, that's my apology?
I feel like it's probably the latter at this
Yeah.
point. I think they're probably letting some cooler heads prevail right now.
I gotta say, his wife posted something strange. I don't pay attention to stuff, but the articles show up and then they quote her. Not that I even follow her, but Perry Farrell's wife, and basically saying she gave an explanation why it happened. He was having issues with his sound and his voice. And I guess the band was also kind of sick of him doing his like little weird ramblings, his drunken ramblings. So they were kind of blowing by the parts where he would usually do those. And I think that pissed him off as well. But she said nothing but good things about how Dave Navarro handled it, like with pure class. And he did. I mean, he could have easily just punched him back. And I don't think anyone would have been like, well, you kind of deserved it.
Well, I also saw that she said Perry only ever drinks like a third of a bottle of wine. And I was like, well, that's not my story. I always drink more than a third of a bottle of wine.
Yeah, he had more than just a third of a bottle of wine. But then she didn't have anything nice to say about Eric Avery, the bassist. I don't know if you saw the video.
Yeah.
So when the security grabs him, Eric is like the walking definition of I'm sick of this guy's ass. He pulls him into a headlock and just starts punching Perry in the gut. And you're like, what are you doing? Like, I think he finally hit his breaking point. He's like, I'm just sick of you, man. And I quit this band a long time ago because of this, and now I'm going to give you some gut shots. Here's another comment.
Perry punching Dave? That's their first hit in 33 years.
I mean,
don't forget about the one hit.
Whatever the that other song is.
We did listen to one of their new songs, though, remember?
Uh-huh.
We said, that doesn't sound anything like Jane's Addiction.
Well, I thought the band sounded great, but his voice sounded different.
Very different.
Like, you could tell, like, years of singing have definitely taken its toll, and years of other stuff as well.
For sure.
They just released another song, not as good as the first song that they released, though. I don't know. Are they going to put out the record? Or do you just kind of shelf it?
That's a little cash grab,
I mean, there are probably people that would be interested in hearing it.
Did anybody just try yelling stop?
See, that's one of their other hits that the guy didn't know.
LOL.
LOL. Okay, we got one more comment about Jane's Addiction. Calling it a day in the big fight between Perry Farrell and Dave Navarro.
Oasis currently thinking, hold my beer, Barry.
Yeah, I did see a lot of people like this is just a preview of what's going to happen with Oasis.
I want to see it. Actually, I don't really want to see it. But if it was going to happen, I would want to be there.
I'll be honest. There was nothing more sad than seeing guys pushing 60. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like having a meltdown on stage. Like, aren't we past that, guys?
Nope.
Apparently
not.
Not Perry. Not Perry whatsoever. There were moments, too, when you watched that. Like, I don't know if you watched the longer clips that were out there. Mm-hmm. In the longer clips, like, he just looked like he was struggling, man. Yeah. And then there was at one point where even Dave walked up to him while Dave is playing, not even missing a note, and did the come with me kind of a thing, like get off the microphone. And Perry just kind of looked at him confused.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Steve Migs, have you ever been denied an autograph?
I've been denied pictures.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm still bitter about Corey Taylor not giving me an autograph or a selfie. Either one.
He didn't give you an autograph?
Or a selfie.
I knew he didn't give you the selfie. I don't blame him for that, but
I'm not bitter at all.
No.
Well, there's a fan that came up with the greatest and most surefire way to get an autograph from a celebrity. You're going to hear what he did during What's Trending after Van Halen.
The Daily Migs Show.
We know that for many of you, you're just waking up, you're getting your day going, you're sipping your coffee, and you're trying to keep up on pop culture. And that is a wild world, my friends. So we are here to help you out and tell you what's trending.
Trending on the Daily Migs Show. Trending, let's go. Let's go.
Dwayne Johnson recently shared a very touching moment on Instagram, and this featured his encounter with a fan named Johnny. Inspired by The Rock, Johnny went and lost 60 pounds.
Okay.
And in this video, it shows a heartfelt meeting at a skincare and grooming event.
I wanted to say thank you very much. You inspired me to lose 60 pounds since January, and there's nothing more to me than what you do. I think that you're awesome.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So tell me about your journey.
Every day, running, hitting the weights.
Yeah.
I know I used to look bigger, but I definitely slimmed back down. But, man, listening to you every day, listening to other people, but you were the most inspiring to me. I have all your gear. I love everything. I want to say thank you so much. Is there any way I could take a photo with you?
Of course, man. Let's do it.
It's his birthday tomorrow, too.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Happy
Ready?
birthday, man.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so mental note. I don't care who I'm talking to. If I want to get a picture, I'm going to say that they're the reason why I lost a bunch of weight. I don't even care if I'm talking to Jelly Roll. I'm going to be like, dude, you inspired me, man.
Oh, my
because that worked like a charm.
Oh, yeah, he lit up like a candle.
Did you hear The Rock? He's just like, yeah, of course I'll take a picture. You just said the nicest stuff. The best part about this, you said it was a skincare play. It was The Rock's company. That it's Papa Tui.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like his new like tattoo skin cream, and also like moisturizing creams and all these different like soaps and stuff. So of course it's happening at his event. He has this guy. It's a great way for him to promote. He should have given him some product, maybe some Terramana tequila for his birthday too.
He should send you some product, actually.
That'd be nice. I'll take it.
I mean, I'm noticing that you're not using his creams.
No, it's my tattoos are very dry. They need some.
They need some rock.
It's available at Target.
Is it really?
Yeah.
God,
have you not been to Target and seen that giant ass The Rock cardboard cutout with his Papa Tui?
No. I'm gonna have to find that.
Must be just Danny and I. We're big fans.
Nerds.
I just love that worked like so easily for that guy. I mean, I think it was heartfelt.
Oh,
but
for sure.
You could probably say that to anyone. If you just said, like, you changed my life, can I have a picture? If they said no, they'd be the biggest douche.
That's what I said to Corey Taylor when he turned me down. No, that's not what I said.
And also, it was cool that The Rock was like, hey, what did you do? Like, I mean, just to give him a little bit of a moment. For whether or not he's hamming it up for the camera, I know some people in the comments are saying that. But regardless, he created a moment with this fan and took the time to even just ask him a question as well. That only took like 10 more seconds of his day. But I'm sure that's a memory that's going to last forever for this Johnny kid. Now, David Letterman, he's got a memory that's going to last forever because I just love this. He got summoned for jury duty. And apparently, he's pretty excited about it. It's probably some paparazzi person, found him walking out of the courthouse and asked him some questions about his jury duty experience so far. And here's David Letterman talking about it.
How are you enjoying jury duty?
Well, it's a great process to be a part of it. I'm excited about it.
I love that for you. How much longer do you have?
Until Labor Day.
No way. That's a long time.
I think he got it confused with Columbus Day.
Oh.
Because Labor Day just happened. And if that's the case, or he's just effing with the woman. If that's the case, that's another year.
Oh, boy.
No, I don't want to ever do jury duty, right?
You've never done it in your life?
No, thankfully. Like the instances where I had to, I didn't get to do it. And so I've been thankful of that. But if you're retired and you got nothing, and now watch it jinx myself, I'm going to get the letter tomorrow.
Steve, it's very empowering to do your civic duty.
Yeah, let the people who want to do their civic duty do it. I don't want to do my civic duty. I want to go to work and make a living.
Also, that reporter just sounded like Sarah, too. I love that for you. I was like, you love jury duty for him?
What? He's old. He's got nothing else going on. He's got a Netflix show that he does from time to time.
I totally thought the same thing. But I'm not retired and I'm not old. I'm young and thriving, and I still had a great time at jury duty. So there are people like me, but I feel like we're very, very, very few.
Yeah, but let the small group, and I don't think it's that small. I think there's a lot of people who do enjoy the process. Let them do the jury duty. Let David Letterman and Sarah. Oh, I feel bad for whoever's on trial. But let them do it.
Oh, yeah. My people on my little jury did not like me. I was very, very annoying. Because I was the only one that was excited about it.
Now, if I'm retired and I got nothing to do in the day and I just wanted a reason to get out of the house, jury duty sounds like a blast.
You know what else sounds like a blast? Beating Steve.
That's right.
And I believe, do we have a special guest playing Beat Migs this morning? We have Thrill coming in
from the men's room
to try to take you down. And he's pretty good with the big dummy questions. So I think I'm already going to put my money on Thrill. Steve, by the way, your record is 264 wins, 74 losses, and 18 ties in 2024. And because Thrill lost at fantasy football this week, he's going to take you on.
That's the punishment.
We're going to play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor Portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. we were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
You hear that, America? The mountain is calling. Calling you on this cloudy Saturday morning with a very important message.
Get off your ass.
So grab an ice-cold Mountain Dew, some friends, and do something you'll enjoy even more than the pop culture convos you're consuming. The mountain is calling. Answer. Do the do.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Thrill from the men's room is.
Yeah, but I found out the name was misleading. I thought I physically got to get in here and beat your ass for like a minute.
I was like, why do you have a handful of chains?
I misunderstood. My apologies. If I had known it was just this, I'd have stayed home.
Honestly, I would love to see you two just
duke it out?
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah, who would you put your money on?
I'm going with Migs. The dude wrestles and goes to the gym, man.
Honestly, I think any of us at the Daily Migs Show could kick Thrill's ass, to be fair.
Wow. No. Is that how it is? Maybe this early.
Maybe not Danny.
Can we just kick her out of the room, please?
Wow.
Danny's a lover, not a fighter.
It's nice to be back.
If Danny's a lover, let me start with him.
Thrill,
soft touch.
Can you explain why you are beating Migs this morning?
Because my fantasy football team, 90 pounds of D,
Yeah, it's a great name. Mike and I were going to form a band called that, but the full name. Anyway.
It's a full name.
Yeah. Yeah, do the math, baby. Trust me, there's 40 members in the band. It's not like...
Yeah.
But anyway, so they're playing much like my Baltimore Ravens, and we sucked, and we lost. So now I'm here.
So each week, the worst team in our fantasy football league, which is us versus the men's room.
Yeah.
You have to take part in something on the other person's show.
But so far, we've been here twice in 2 weeks, which is kind of bad for the rest of the season. By the way, my kids, I had to get them up early because I'm coming in early today, right? So they said, well, what are you doing? I said, I'm just doing something with the morning show. I don't want to tell them, your dad's a loser. So I said, I got to do something with the morning show.
Right.
First thing out of my son's mouth, the Dumb Olympics? I said, my kids they weren't invited, but we dragged their ass along. So I'm like, no, man. Then he lost all interest.
They were just looking for another free.
Oh, he'd have cut out of school, man.
Go at Family Fun Center, yeah.
That is exactly what that is.
I like his game.
Yeah, he wanted to win another waffle maker. I'm not even kidding.
How's the waffle maker going?
So the thing about his waffle maker, here's the thing. He's a 12-year-old kid, and he's like, Dad, I want to win all the tickets, at Family Fun Center.
Absolutely.
And you can get all the crap that they have. And they got, slingshots, the
stuffed animals.
Right.
Yeah.
He wanted to win a waffle maker. And he told me this at the top because apparently he's a 75-year-old man wrapped in a 12-year-old's body. But at the end of the Dumb Olympics, man, he comes rolling up. He's like, Dad, I got the waffle maker. And I was happy for him, but deeply embarrassed for myself. That said, we got home. We had to hook up waffles. They were freaking delicious.
Oh.
They really were, man.
He'll text me later. He goes, these waffles are actually really good.
I love that your kid is just providing for the family.
I like it, dude. Yeah, we had to hook up waffles. Like I said, it's one at a time. So he said today, hey, I could run a second one. I said, well, if we could do two at a time, we can open a restaurant. That's getting it done right there.
Is he still making waffles?
He is still making waffles.
Nice.
I mean, hey, we got it. He wanted to win it because that's where his
might
head
be time
is.
to upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know for Christmas I'm getting a 4 waffle maker, and he has to cook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Steve, it's time for you to get out of here.
Bye-bye.
And let's see if Thrill can beat Migs. Thrill, you better. I just want to say. I'm rooting for you.
You're going to call me a loser. Everybody here can beat my ass except Danny. We know that because Danny's a lover. But otherwise,
but I do want you to beat Migs.
I will do what I can.
So for those playing at home, Thrill has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
How many nickels would you need to have $2?
40.
Correct. What been caught stealing band recently canceled their remaining... Wow, okay, yes. Beginning with S, what chemical element had the symbol Na?
Sodium.
Correct. What movie stars Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams where they play Noah and Allie?
Oh, crap. God damn it. La La Land?
No.
No.
Come on.
Oh, Notebook. The Notebook.
Yes, best movie ever.
No,
Russian blue and Bombay are both types of what common animal?
Say them again.
Russian blue and Bombay.
Dogs?
No.
Cats.
Correct. What is the closest planet to the sun?
Mercury.
Yes. Kendrick Lamar is set to perform Super Bowl 2025, but who headlined the most recent Super Bowl?
The Chiefs.
No. It was the best performance ever. Really?
Are you sure, man?
Yes. There were stripper poles.
Pass.
Oh, what color is the title character in the animated TV series Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Jesus Christ. I don't blue.
No.
Who the hell is Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Maybe you might be a little old for that.
I'm 55. I would think that.
Ageism, Sarah. Gee.
I mean,
I know.
I was just saying.
I know. I'm a punk. I'm old. What else you got?
I'd just like to point this out. Mike's in the other room getting very angry at you.
Yeah.
What did I not know? What did I not know that I should know?
Who performed at the Super Bowl last year?
I don't remember.
Can I give you a hint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Usher.
Oh my!
Why didn't you say like venereal disease, like a real hint? Other than music, that's what he's known for.
Courage the Cowardly Dog is a national treasure show, sir.
I've never heard of him.
But what? Well, Mike is also younger than you, so
he's not 7.
Makes sense.
She thinks everyone can beat you up. She thinks you're old. Sarah's a bully.
I know. Normally, she's bright and sunshiny. Apparently, in the morning, she's a little.
Not in this room.
And she normally roots for whoever is taking on Steve, but she is honestly taking you down too. It's really
I think
bad.
she says issues with people named Steve.
I got up early to be treated like this. This is unreal.
I'm rooting for Thrill, just to say, but also I have literally been on a tequila bender for the past 5 days. And tequila makes me like this. So here we are.
It's crazy.
Steve, are you ready? Yeah! How many nickels would you need to have $2?
I hate you. 40.
Yes. What been caught stealing band recently canceled the remaining 4 days after? Yes. Beginning with S, what chemical element had the symbol Na?
Sulfur?
No.
Nah. Hydroxylite?
No.
Sodium?
Yes. What movie stars Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams where they play Noah and Allie?
Oh, it's your movie. The Notebook.
Yes. Russian blue and Bombay are both types of what common animal?
Sapphire. Oh. Gin.
That's an animal. Oh my God.
Animal. A bear.
No.
Calf.
What is the closest planet to the sun?
That would be Uranus. Right?
No. Hey.
Jupiter?
No.
Saturn?
No. Kendrick Lamar is set to perform Super Bowl 2025, but who headlined the most recent Super Bowl?
Usher. Oh,
Thank you. What color is the title character in the animated TV series Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Blue?
No.
Purple?
No.
Pink? Orange.
He is pink, but it is way too late.
Oh. Why is everyone laughing at us about this Courage the Cowardly freaking dog?
Is this a thing?
Because like Mike said, national treasure, okay?
Who won? I know Clifford.
That's right. I know Clifford.
Yeah, because
I know Scooby.
Clifford's a million years old. Of course you know Clifford.
Oh, wow.
Steve.
Wow.
You got 5 correct, which is a lot. 6
Yes. All right.
No.
So what are the answers? So what color is this dog? Pink?
He is pink, yes.
Courage is pink.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
The Cowardly Dog, sorry.
And Russian, blue, and Bombay Thrill got this correct, are cats. That is a common animal, not a dog.
So it's like Courage the Dog came out in 1999. I think that's when Thrill was busy getting drunk and trying to get laid.
You are correct on all of those.
I mean, yeah, always. And he also got that Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. So, Steve, you lost.
Thanks. Yes, thanks.
Congrats, Thrill.
Thank you so much.
Rockaholics, we know that talk has the power to save lives. And next Wednesday night, across all Odyssey stations, I'm Listening will feature artists and athletes and medical experts. We're going to highlight why having these open and honest conversations around mental health is so important. You can get more info at KISW.com. Now, I know you're all chomping at the bit. You're curious. How did our fantasy football matchup go between us and the men's room? We're going to check in with Thrill and Mike Hawk from the men's room after Def Leppard.
The Daily Migs Show.
The Daily Migs Show and the men's room are engaged in some fantasy football fanfare. And we have both Mike Hawk and Steve the Thrill Hill in the studio with us to talk about what went down this past week.
Well, good morning, everybody. Did we all have another fine, fun week of fantasy football this week?
We did. Well, 3 of you did.
Damn right we did.
So the first thing that I want to bring up here is I believe 2 of the members of the morning show are not near as ignorant in the ways of fantasy football as they let out, because somebody figured out the waiver wire, as is clear by the last week, as the Touchdown Tacos made a handful of different waiver claims last week.
What?
Yeah. So the first thing that my team with the big Blackhawks did is we dropped one of our kickers and we picked up J.K. Dobbins, former running back for the Baltimore Ravens.
That's why he's doing well now.
First say that the 3 other teams besides Danny and I's team, you all are perverted and have your heads in the gutter with your team names. We're just the Bowie Buddies. We kept it clean for you guys. Granted, our original name got denied by the fantasy football people at ESPN.
But the Touchdown Tacos figured out that because Christian McCaffrey is injured on the 49ers, they're going to be utilizing a different running back. So they actually made the exchange last week.
Now, did they do it, or did one of the members' husbands do it, a.k.a. George?
Oh, that might.
No, I don't know.
No outside influence at all, Sarah? None at all?
Jorge's dirty fingers on this.
Dude, his dirty fingers are everywhere. Absolutely.
Dropping Dalton Kincaid to bring on Jordan Mason, as well as dropping Rashee Rice from Kansas City and bringing on Michael Pittman Jr. Y'all are making some moves out there, so well done to you.
The 2 of them look surprised that you're even saying these names.
Like who?
Who?
We're just looking at numbers.
And I don't even know who's on my team.
I don't even know the password or the website.
I couldn't get on there. I kept trying, and I was like, I don't have the email. I can't find it. I was going to bug Danny, but I'm like, he's in California. That's the last thing he wants to deal with. But I heard we did good.
We did. You guys did excellent. The Bowie Buddies by far came out as the grand champions. Real quick, I'm just going to give you guys the synopsis of what the match recap says. But it says, let's see here. It barely mattered who 90 pounds of D played last week. When you score 101.08 points, you put up one of the fewest totals in the league. Okay. You're asked to be saddled with the L. It's not entirely Tyreek Hill's fault, but they didn't help matters with their 6.6, did they? Yeah. It says, it feels like Tyreek Hill took the ball and went home early. Hopefully, they didn't fumble it on the way there, and hopefully they put in a stronger effort. Hits upcoming match against the Bowie Buddies. 90 pounds of D is 1-0 now and doesn't want to be keep accruing losses there. What they also did notice is that the Bowie Buddies absolutely put it to the nines out there. 163 points to come out with the lead. Biggest playmaker for you guys.
6 points away from an epic weekend, baby. 6 points away.
Biggest playmaker by far, Alvin Kamara, went off for the New Orleans Saints, giving you guys 44 points.
Well, dude, they're just... What the hell is happening with Derek Carr and the Saints?
I don't know. You guys know you play football. Like, all right. Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
Not to mention, you guys also got DK Metcalf putting up 28 points for you. You got Devontae Adams in Las Vegas putting up 26 points for you. You guys actually had your defense take 5 points away from you. Your defense did so bad, you got -5 points and still slayed the entire league all week long. And to be honest with you, the touchdown tacos, even though you guys lost your game, you came in second the entire week. The morning you guys here on Daily Migs destroyed the men's room as far as this week's scores go. So give yourself
I just love this so much because we're just casual football fans. You guys are obsessive football fans.
Yeah, that's right. It's annoying.
Yes, and that's why it's awesome.
Yes,
well,
I understand.
Part of the reason for my low score with the big Black Hawks with myself and Miles Montgomery is our quarterback Bryce Young was the wrong one to put in, as he's been benched for next week going forward. So I got to figure out a new quarterback situation. Probably just going to bring Bo Nix in there, but he only got me 1.96 points out. And then Thrill,
to establish for the listeners, we had to pick bad quarterbacks.
Yes, bad defense, bad quarterbacks.
We chose the worst quarterbacks in the league. And then Steve, I'm not going to blame Thrill. I'm not going to blame you entirely for the bad score, as you guys you did have Isaiah Pacheco as your running back, who is now on the IR. He got injured during the game. However, I don't know
if
you
guys
it was
even
just
checking your team or no.
Mike texted me, but by the time I got to the text, like, the game's already on.
The Ravens were on early, and he was getting pissy about it, so he didn't bring Puka Nacua out, who was already on the IR, giving him no points at all for that
keep
game.
doing what you guys are doing. It's been working out really well. And if anyone wants to see exactly what our teams are all about, that way they can keep tabs on what we're doing, just go to all of our social media pages at Daily Migs, Daily without an I, and we have screenshots of our actual team so you can laugh at how bad we are at fantasy football.
Do we have a projected situation for next week?
As we do. So next week, it's going to be the Big Black Hawks taking on the Touchdown Tacos. You're going down, ladies. And then the Bowie Buddies taking on 90 pounds of D. The best in the league taking on the worst in the league from last week. Here in the upcoming week there.
Well, we're going to have a big meeting after the show, Danny and I. And by big meeting, I'm just going to be like, Danny, keep doing what you're doing. It's been working out really well.
Right. Doing great.
Yes.
Rockaholics, we know that you are a massive music fan, but do you think that you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? Prove it! And if you do, you'll win tickets to Bill Burr at the EQC Event Center on Friday, October 4th, 206-803-ROCK. We will play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor Portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
Are you looking for the powerful roar of a work truck, the quiet performance of an EV, or the creature comforts of a hybrid SUV? Whatever you need, the best place to see them, touch them, and drive them is at the Seattle International Auto Show, presented by BECU. Test drives, demonstrations, and information all under one roof. Live at Lumen Field Event Center, Thursday through Sunday, November 14 through 17. Discover your drive. For tickets and info, visit SeattleAutoShow.com today.
The Daily Migs Show presents the Extreme Music Showdown. Let's play Hook or Shook. Please sign this waiver before we continue. Thank you. We'll drop a 1-second snippet of the hook of a song. If you can't name the song, watch out. You're gonna get shook.
It is time to play Hook or Shook, where Danny will play 1 second of a hook from a song that he picked out, and you have to guess what that song is. This week, we are playing for tickets to see Bill Burr at the EQC Event Center on Friday, October 4th. Say good morning to Steve from Oak Harbor. What's up, Steve?
Well, good morning, my peoples.
What's up, Steve?
You've got to get both of these songs right to win the prize. The first one will be...
Sorry, go ahead.
The first song, you'll be on your own. Kind of. And then the second one, this is where you can get shook because a member of this show at random has to get it right for you. And if not, you will lose. Caller 9 will get the prize. Let's see who you're playing with. Will it be me, Migs, or Sarah?
Wheels are spinning. Just past my name, past Terrence, on to Sarah. Will it stay on Sarah or will it be... Oh, it's Steve squared. Let's go. You and me, Steve.
All right, that's good because, I can sing along to a lot of the songs. I don't really know the artist or the song titles.
Well, this is the worst game ever for you then.
And good thing you got Migs here to help.
We're going to make it happen now.
You got so much integrity, I'm not too worried.
Yes, we have zero integrity, so we're going to make this happen.
All right, Steve from Oak Harbor, here is your first clip.
Oh, okay. Now I can sing along to the song.
Okay.
But I do not know the title or the artist.
Let's play it again.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Danny's got a gun is the line.
That is the name of the song. There's your hint.
Hey, I knew that.
Okay. And the artist, their front man, his name is Steven Tyler.
Oh, I should know that. I've heard that name for so long.
Oh, boy. All right. When you are on a plane, you are flying in the...
Hopefully in the air.
Okay, that's the first part of the band's name.
Oh, wow.
When a person has a happy moment, they sometimes yell,
Wow. Oh, my
God.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure this out, man. So you got air.
Oh, no. I'm feeling so stupid.
Okay, on the men's room, they have a member of the show who's called The Ted, and his last name is?
Smith. Oh,
okay.
Aerosmith.
Boom.
Oh, my God.
Aerosmith.
I get you. Yeah. You couldn't just go with, you shoot this from a crossbow?
Arrow?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like
You
it.
went with Arrow.
Aerosmith.
That was great.
I mean, was it? Air.
I like turtles.
Smith.
Migs, are you ready to do your part?
I feel like we nailed that together.
You did.
All right,
Steve on Steve action.
Now it's time to win you these Bill Burr tickets.
Let's do it.
Oh, Beastie Boys Brass Monkey.
Oh, I could have gave you a hint for that one.
My bad.
Congratulations, Steve from Oak Harbor.
Hey, real quick, are you guys doing Coach for Kids?
We will be.
Yes.
Probably right around like Thanksgiving time is when we usually kick into that.
Absolutely.
All right, well, check it out. Because I played Beat Migs one time. You stumped the heck out of me. So if I ever get on again, I'd like to make a little wager. I'll join the 69 Club if I win, if I can get a Beavis and Butthead t-shirt. I mean, if you win, I'll join the 69 Club. But if I lose, I'd like one of those t-shirts.
All right, we'll see if we can figure that out.
Yeah, we'll work that out. We'll talk to you offline about that.
We'll have our people talk to your people.
Smith.
Oh, boy.
Aerosmith.
Easy.
It worked.
I was just hoping he wasn't going to curse when you said people yelled us in bed.
That's why I threw the God part in.
Oh, that's fair.
Have we talked about something this morning that you want to talk about? Give us a call now. 206-803-ROCK.
Air. Smith.
Okay.
Air.
Smith.
We will check in with the Rockaholics after AC/DC.
The Daily Migs Show.
All morning, we have received texts and calls from you that we have not yet had a chance to chat with you about, but we are checking in with the Rockaholics right now, brought to you by Muckleshoot Bingo. So call us up if there's something you'd like to chime in on from this morning's show, or if you have something on your mind that you would like to discuss. 206-803-ROCK. Earlier this morning, we were talking about once-in-a-lifetime opportunities we've had, and Craig on I-5, you've got one.
Yes, Steve, this is right for you. Playboy Buddy Rose.
Oh, legend.
Younger. A legend. Ric Flair. So I was stationed in North Carolina, went to Raleigh. He was waiting for a flight, and I just walked up silently and said, "Hey, buddy." And he goes, "Want to go get a beer?" And he allowed me to talk to him for 30 minutes.
See, I've heard stories. He's a Portland wrestling legend, and also he was on the WWF back in the day. He was a bigger guy, but he wore a T-shirt that said, "I worked hard for this body," and he was a little plump, but he was known for being.
He was the working man's champ.
And he was known for being a partier. Like anyone who's like been in Portland has stories upon stories about this guy just going on some crazy nightcaps where like stuff that you can't even speak of.
Exactly, and I mean, for somebody to sit there, and I asked him, I said, "Okay, who are the up-and-comers?" And he dropped off the Steiners, Lex Luger, all these guys, and I was just
very
like,
cool.
Now you remember I'm 22 at the time, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome, my man. That's very cool. Plus, he had a cool robe.
What color was the robe?
Red. He's a Playboy baby.
It's very royal.
Yeah.
Sorry, when I think of Playboy, my mind immediately just goes to Nudie Magazine. That's what I think.
Well, he was a Playboy.
Was he really?
I don't know.
He was in Playgirl?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. And then you showed me a picture, and I was like, God, I don't know if I want to see that.
Oh, my God.
Sarah, have you seen a picture of him?
No.
Oh, my goodness. You should do a Google search for Playboy. Buddy Rose, especially towards his later years where he just kind of like fully let himself go. This guy, he liked to party.
I like his haircut.
And the color of his hair.
The bleached blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
The body positivity was on another level. Like the fact that he would take... I feel weird taking my shirt off in any situation, and this guy's just like, yeah, I'm going to let you see all of it, baby.
Let it all hang out.
Somebody did text in at 206-803-ROCK wondering how Sarah's vacation was because she was the one who left town. Woo! So I'm going to pose a challenge to Sarah.
Oh, Lord.
You need to tell us how your vacation was that in a way that did not involve any alcohol. What did you do that didn't involve drinking? Because you went to Mexico, right?
Yes, I went to Cancun, all-inclusive resort.
And based on all of your stories, everything was you just wasted and twerking.
Well, I mean,
did you do anything sober?
Big Booty Megan was turning 30. So, of course, we had, to celebrate. What did I do sober? Oh, I was drunk when I got really sunburned, I guess. And
what about parasailing? Were you?
Oh, yes.
You were sober on the parasailing?
I was sober
during
parasailing.
Like?
It was so cool, but it was like it was very kind of sketchy. Like, so we went parasailing, and to get to the parasail, a guy took both George and I on a jet ski. So there was 3 of us on a jet ski, and we were all very tight together because, George is a big guy. The other guy was kind of big. So, and
you in a sandwich of the 2 dudes?
I sure was.
Oh my! That's
and of course,
dream.
I had to wrap my arms around this guy, and George is wrapping him around I was like, what is going on? But this guy, no F's giving, was going so fast on that jet ski. I was like, I felt like we were on some mission. Like we were about to go jump on a boat and kill some people. Like I was like, are we in some movie right now? Like he didn't ask if we wanted to go fast or anything. George was like a little panicked and kept being like, okay, calm down a little, calm down. I was just like, yeah, let's go. So then he dropped us off at the boat.
What about the other random guy? How was he doing?
I mean, well, he was the driver.
Oh, he was the driver. Okay. I thought there was 3 people in addition to.
No, it's just 3 of us. He was the driver, so he didn't care what we wanted. So then he dropped us off at the boat, and then we went parasailing. And this parasail is literally just it's like a park bench that's just kind of leaned back a little, and that was it.
There's no seatbelt. There was no harness.
No seatbelt, no harness, and then just.
Did you sign a waiver?
Just let us go. Well, that's what I was like. Did we sign our life away? Because we literally could just either fall out of this or jump, and we were probably at least 100 feet up. And I was like, that would hurt if we hit the.
I don't think you'd survive
the water. And George is like, yes, that would hurt a lot. And I was like, all right, well, here we are.
Did you have to pay cash? So there's no any kind of record of you guys going to?
Oh yeah, we had to pay cash.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
this is amazing.
Oh yeah,
wild child.
But I love that type of thing. If I was to die on vacation, that's how I'd want to go.
So did you guys get to fly together?
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Oh yeah, it was so romantic. Besides, being able to fall out a little bit.
And being massively hungover from all the tequila that you were drinking while there.
I don't even really like tequila, but the birthday girl did, and you're in Mexico, so what else do you drink?
And it was all inclusive, so all the alcohol was free.
All inclusive.
Go big.
Shots after shots after shots. I still taste it in my mouth.
Well, I don't know that Migs or I had any sand or tequila on our days off, but you and I both did get to do something pretty cool that we don't usually get to do while we were off work.
We got the parasail together. It was crazy.
And it's not, we did get to sleep in a little bit, but it's not even that. It's not sleep.
No, sleep is always the thing that you usually get when you're on vacation.
What did Steve and I get to do? We're going to tell you at 9:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
Both Steve Migs and myself got to do something while we were off for a couple of days that we don't normally get to do because of the hours that we keep.
Yes.
We got to get our kids ready and take them to school.
It was pretty awesome. I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I'm glad I got to do this.
Especially because ours just started new chapters in school. Yours is in preschool, mine's in kindergarten.
Yep.
And so what was the morning routine like for you?
The fun part was picking her up, watching, because the teacher's like, hold on 1 second, Tatum needs to say goodbye to everybody. Like, I didn't say it like that. I'm like, okay, let's go. But the teacher's very, charmed by Tatum. But Tatum made it a point to say goodbye to every kid that's in her class.
Oh.
And then we're walking out. She's like, I made 2 new friends. And I was like, that's awesome. And she goes, I made a boyfriend. I was like, excuse me? And I realized, okay, she's 4. So that doesn't really matter. So I'm ready to fight a 4-year-old.
Yeah, you got to be prepared.
The highlight, though, was as we're leaving, one of the little kids goes, look, Mommy, that's my new friend I made. One of the little girls pointing at Tatum. And that mom, like, yeah, my daughter has all these new friends. She doesn't know any of their names. She's like, mine either. That's finally, she pointed out one of the kids that's her friend because she says she has all these friends but doesn't know any of their names. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's just the thing. That's
the same with Barrett. He knows 2 kids' names and they sit at the same desk as him. So he's really branching out and talking to the other kids.
But she did know that she made hot dogs out of Play-Doh. I'm glad at least she remembered that.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually very grateful that we had the days off because we found out on Thursday last week that the gal that was coming over in the mornings and helping Barrett out, our nanny, was leaving to start a new job that started this past Monday.
And we tried to call her new employee to get bad recommendation, but apparently they weren't answering their calls.
They did not.
Yeah.
But the great news is yesterday we were able to secure a new nanny. And it's a girl that I've known her entire life. She's 18 years old. I've known her since she was born, literally. So very, very grateful that it worked out.
How lucky are you for that?
Well, I went out
almost as lucky as going to see Green Day do a secret show while you're in California.
Yeah. It's one of my friend's nieces, and it just the timing worked out great. So sometimes the universe provides,
Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Spoken like a true hippie.
Can I tell you one other thing that happened, though, during the school week this week? Brad and I, because we don't normally get to do the morning routine, forgot that yesterday was late start day. So we went to the bus at the regular time, only to find that we were the only car there because the bus doesn't come for an hour and 20 minutes later.
So what did you end up doing?
We went home and just played and hung out, made some more breakfast, just chilled. But we were so mad that we could have had an hour and 20 minutes of more sleep. It happens.
My favorite thing, though, I don't get to go to gymnastics because she does gymnastics when we're here at work. So I got to go yesterday, which was awesome. And she was so proud to show me like what she was doing. And it was cool to see how much progress because I haven't seen her in gymnastics in forever. But at one point, she's on the balance beam. Now, mind you, the balance beam isn't very high off the ground. So that it wasn't as scary as it's going to sound. But she's looking at me like so proud that she's walking. And I'm like, you're doing great. I gave her 2 thumbs up, and she gave me 2 thumbs up and fell off the beam. And I was like, oh, man, I distracted her. Bad job, Dad. Bad job.
Oh, that's so great.
She was fine.
Well, glad to hear it.
Yeah.
Now, one of the strangest ways for the Mariners to lose happened last night. And how did this go down? We're going to tell you during the Daily Migs download after Stone Temple Pilots.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Lawn. The Mariners lost a tough one yesterday. Went to extra innings. They lost 2-1 to the New York Yankees. And there was a strange moment at the end of the game. We had runners on first and third. We're feeling like, maybe they'll be able to turn it around and win this game still in the 10th, in the bottom of the 10th. But no. Thanks to a base running mistake by Julio Rodriguez after dodging, I've never seen this before, dodging a flying bat. And that basically ended. I mean, they had another at bat and they struck out, but this was just weird. And here's the announcers talking about how this double play that I've never heard happen before happened.
Runners lead 2-2. Swing and a miss. And the ball is thrown to third and they get J-Rod. Oh, what a happenstance. Rosarena strikes out, lets go of the bat. Rodriguez trying to get out of the way, straight too far off of third, and then the quick throw to Chisholm for the double play.
He got caught sleeping, and he forgot that he had to get back to the bag. Nice job by Wells, nice job by Jazz.
Wow, you can't make that up.
Thank you, Mariners, for creating impossible moments.
This is not our year.
It doesn't feel that way. They're back at it again at 1 o'clock. But if they win, of course, I'll be back on the bandwagon because that's just how I am.
Lord. Kama Beach State Park on Camano Island has these beautiful 33 historic cabins that date back to 1934, but they are facing closure due to some structural issues, and this includes an aging seawall and a failing septic system. This originally was built as a private fishing resort way back when, but then the park became a very popular destination for weddings and family vacations. It's only like 25 minutes from my house. I love it out there. They reopened back in 2008, but now it is...
So you've been there?
Yes! It's magical. And now it's looking like it might not be magical for much longer.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, super sucks.
So you got Thursday Night Football. You have the New York Jets hosting the New England Patriots. You can watch that on Amazon. As far as weather, 67 degrees. It's going to be cloudy today. The DMD is brought to you by Jersey Migs, a sub above, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with the Morning 12 Pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Hey, it's Doug. Suicide is something that affects all of us, and we can all play a part in saving lives. Make a difference in your community by walking out of the darkness with us on Sunday, October 13th at Fisher Pavilion at Seattle Center. Help spread awareness and understanding. Send the message that help is available and raise funds for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Register today at afsp.org/Seattle. That's afsp.org/Seattle.
Unlock the power of mushrooms with Ohm Mushrooms. Ohm's variety of mushroom products help support memory, focus, and energy with our functional mushrooms. Want stress relief? Our Relax gummies are formulated with reishi to help you keep cool, calm, and collected. And our protein powders? They'll help support energy and muscle recovery with lion's mane, cordyceps, and more. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Ohm Mushrooms products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Visit ohmmushrooms.com today. Enter Hello Ohm for 20% off.